Recently, I've been noticing how unusual the breed of folks are who decide to open up their own bar or restaurant. This is by no means a definitive guide, but just something perhaps to take note of. Firstly, you have the guy that I like to refer to as the plastic gangster. This is the guy who wants everyone to think that he's running his business illegally. That he's involved with the mob somehow, he's got connections, that he's maybe done time, that he's a little bit shady, a little bit dodgy. He's just trying to gain some kudos there. Almost always, he'll have a goatee beard, not realizing that it's no longer the 90s. He'll speak with a hint of a European accent, occasionally dropping in profanities in Greek or Italian or some other European language, even though he's never been outside of the neighborhood he grew up in and has no relatives of any ethnic lineage that relates him to Europe. Secondly, there's the alcoholic. This is the guy who opened up a bar because he wanted to be surrounded by that which he loved, and he was tired of not being able to get a drink whenever he wanted it, so he opened up his own place. He'll keep his prices absurdly low because he hates going out and paying more than $3 for a beer. And even though his drinks are insanely cheap, he'll still buy drinks for all his friends, not realizing that these people are not indeed his friends, but rather a group of people who drink in his pub because it's really cheap and he buys drinks for them all the time. Then you have the overly enthusiastic, overbearing, easily excited publican. The guy who can't wait to tell you that it's always been his dream to open up his own pub, and he knows his ales and his whiskies and he talks about them extensively. In fact, he talks about every minute detail of his business. And even though he's a lovely fella, and even though the product he sells is really good and appropriately priced, you don't want to go back there because the earnest fucker is going to talk your ear off all night. Finally, there's the expat. This is a fella from England or Ireland who opens up an authentic pub full of memorabilia from his homeland, and then becomes the most patriotic man imaginable, far more patriotic than he ever would have been if he just stayed at home. His establishment is full of second and third generation descendants of immigrants who have never actually been back to the land of their ancestors, but somehow speak with affected accents reminiscent of the cast of Gangs of New York. "I'm from Ireland." I think I just missed the traditional landlord with a big bushy moustache whose wife makes pies and Scotch eggs out the back and who leaves you alone to quietly go about the business of getting sauced. Great days.